Driving through danger, a landmark ruling. This decision marks a significant shift in how road safety is perceived and enforced in India. India's roads are a whirlwind of activity, a chaotic dance of movement and sound. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, rickshaws and pedestrians all jostle for space, creating a complex and often hazardous environment. It's a vibrant tapestry of life, but it also makes our roads some of the most dangerous in the world. The sheer volume of traffic and the diversity of vehicles contribute to the chaos. When accidents happen, the question of who's at fault isn't always clear. The aftermath can be a confusing and stressful ordeal for everyone involved. Recently, India's Supreme Court made a landmark ruling that changes everything for passengers involved in accidents. This ruling aims to bring clarity and justice to a previously murky area of law. It's a ruling that puts passenger safety first, ensuring that those who are most vulnerable are given the protection they deserve. This decision is expected to have far-reaching implications for road safety and legal accountability in India. Sharing the road, not the blame. Imagine you're a passenger in a car, just along for the ride. You're enjoying the journey, maybe chatting with friends or simply gazing out the window, lost in thought. Suddenly, the driver makes a mistake, and you're in an accident. The impact is jarring, and you're injured, maybe seriously. The scene is chaotic, with paramedics rushing to help, and the aftermath leaves you shaken. Now, imagine being told that because the driver was at fault, you're somehow also partly to blame. You're lying in a hospital bed, dealing with pain and uncertainty, and then you hear this shocking news. This is where the concept of contributory negligence comes in. It's a legal term that can feel like adding insult to injury. Even if the driver was clearly at fault, the law might still argue that you bear some responsibility. It's a legal term that's been used to argue that even if someone else is mostly at fault, you can still be held partly responsible for an accident if you contributed to it in some way. This could mean anything from not wearing a seatbelt to distracting the driver. The implications are significant, affecting how much compensation you might receive and complicating your path to recovery. A passenger's plea for justice. This is exactly what happened in a recent case that reached India's Supreme Court. The case has garnered significant attention due to its complex nature and the implications it holds for future legal precedents. A passenger was severely injured in an accident caused by the driver's negligence. The accident left the passenger with life-altering injuries, raising questions about accountability and justice. The insurance company argued that the passenger was partly responsible because they didn't intervene or prevent the accident. They claimed that the passenger had a duty to ensure their own safety, which they failed to do. The passenger, however, argued they were simply along for the ride and had no control over the driver's actions. They contended that it was unreasonable to expect them to foresee the driver's negligence and take preventive measures. The case has sparked a broader debate on the responsibilities of passengers and the extent of their liability in such situations. Section 4. The Supreme Court's verdict: passengers are protected. In a victory for passengers across India, the Supreme Court sided with the injured individual. They ruled that passengers cannot be held liable for the negligence of drivers. The court recognized that passengers are often in a vulnerable position. They have no control over the vehicle and trust the driver to get them safely to their destination. Section 5. Justice on the road: ensuring fair compensation. This ruling has huge implications for accident victims in India. It means that passengers can now seek full compensation for their injuries, even if the driver was at fault. They won't be unfairly penalized or have their compensation reduced because of someone else's mistake. This is a major step forward for fairness and justice on our roads. Section 6. Riding towards a safer future. This landmark ruling sends a powerful message: passenger safety matters. It empowers passengers and ensures they are not unjustly penalized for accidents they didn't cause. It's a step towards making our roads safer for everyone. So, buckle up, enjoy the ride, and know that the law is on your side.